Well, hello people on YouTube, this is Saint Anger 74, and today I want to do my commentary as like an update so everyone knows what's happening. So 2 weeks from yesterday, like 2 weeks from Thursday, the 31st of January, I'm leaving, so I have 13 days left in Canada. Hooray for me! And then I'll be away for a couple of months, for 3 actually. Basically 2 months and 30 days. In France, and I'll be vlogging a lot of that and all that kind of fun stuff. Now the gameplay in the background is a free-for-all. I decided to play free-for-all because I thought, hey, how hard can it possibly be to get a nuked out medal and to get the nuked out title? And then I played and I played and I played, and I realized the closest I can come to 30-0 is about 30-10, and because of just random bullshit happening. And in this gameplay, this was a series. I won like 8 games in a row, like first place 8 games in a row. Not like 1, 2, and 3. Like first, second, or third, I can do like 20 of those in a row. It's easy to get 3rd place, but winning is kind of a different thing, and especially winning flawless. That's a whole different thing, and it's really, really difficult. And this gameplay is more like a 1v1 with me and Mr. Robo-Triad. He's like this French guy. I wanted to do a series making the Frenchies mad, because whenever I get into lobbies with Frenchies, they turn out not to be the greatest, and they get mad at me when I drop streaks on them. So this gameplay, this French guy, he was all cool and stuff, but he was also like camping in corners with either his SWAT or his FAL, and it was really annoying. And he was trying to beat me, but he couldn't. I would always beat him like 30-25. And this gameplay, he nearly beat me again, but as you will see, like in the last minute, I will do an epic comeback of epic proportions. So I wanted to give you some tips on how to play free-for-all, not to get the nuked out medal, but he's like sitting in the corner, but you know, just to win and enjoy. So the reason I can't get a nuked out medal is because it involves 2 things: extreme luck and corner camping. I'm not very lucky when it comes to, you know, playing Call of Duty. Luck is always against me when I'm playing this. I always get into shit lobbies with noobs that are in corners with their Remingtons or snipers or whatever, and it always just pisses me off, and I can't beat them, and it makes me really, really mad. But that kind of applies to my rule. There's a game I updated with my best kill confirm game ever. And in that commentary, I kind of mentioned that to enjoy Call of Duty to its fullest potential, just don't give a crap. So I tried, and I stopped caring, and I stopped giving a crap. So now, if nuked out comes to me, it will. I'll be playing some free-for-all just in case if I go 30-0, you know, yay, hooray for me. But you know, if nuked out comes to me, sure. But if it doesn't, I really could not give a shit. This title is great. So, you know, I'm not a free-for-all player, but I'm going to give you some tips on how to enjoy free-for-all. So, free-for-all is only core, so burst weapons and single-fire weapons, except for the FAL, are basically out of the question. You don't want to be doing that. And even on long-range maps, you want to be running weapons that can handle short-range engagements, because free-for-all involves really random spawns, and people are going to be close to you. And the thing that pisses me off sometimes, even on maps like Carrier, people run around with Scorpions and beat me because I'm using like an M27, and they spawn behind me, and I can't win a close range game against the Scorpion when I'm an M27. I just can't. That's not how the M27 works. The M27 works at this very specific range. If the guy's too far away, the damage will drop off to about 5 per hit. So you need about 20 bullets to kill the guy. But if he's too close, the slow fire rate will basically screw you over, and you can't kill the guy. So there's one way you can go in free-for-all, and that's running an SMG the way you would run if you play Kill Confirmed or something. Kill Confirmed, you have at least more options because you have teammates, but in this, you don't have teammates. So really, there's only the one option, that's an SMG. Basically, any of them are good, but the last 2, the Shikam and the Scorpion, are more situationally oriented. They're not average guns. So I wouldn't be using them on a constant basis. I'll be using the first 4 consistently, and I would get the same result basically in the game. So that's my strategy for gun selection. Now for perk selection, I decided to try out using awareness instead of dexterity, and it kind of helps, but again, it's very situationally oriented. If you're playing on a map like this, you can only hear guys when they're inside this building. Like if they're walking on wood floors, yeah, you can really hear them move from far away. But if they're walking on concrete or on that grass, it doesn't matter whether you have awareness or not, you can't hear them. And I accidentally pulled out an MP7 class, the class that I had. I made a class for free-for-all and it had an MP7 on it. And I pulled out that class by accident, kill confirmed, and I played on raid, and I could easily tell the difference. There was a guy at a pretty long distance away from me, and I couldn't hear him. And then he stepped onto the wooden planks that are on raid when you spawn onto the garage side of the map. He stepped on those, and I could instantly hear him. So awareness is really, it's not like SitRep Pro from Modern Warfare 3 where you can hear guys wherever they are. It's really situational. So if you're playing on a map with a lot of kind of different surfaces where you can be walking on, then yeah. But on the map like Standoff, awareness doesn't help as much. Now for free for all, you want to be as you would do for an under E3 Moab. You want to be patrolling an area, and as you can see, I'm losing already 16 to 21, and he's like, huh, anger, huh. This is in theater mode, so you don't see him talking, but he was like, hey, anger, and yeah. So you want to be patrolling an area. I'm hanging around one part of the map, and I'm looking at the different spawns. You want to be, even if you don't watch videos where they tell you spawns, you want to be aware people will spawn, because those are your #1 hints as to where guys will show up. And there's one spawn right behind that haystack where I always watch, and where one guy always manages to show up, and I always get that free kill right there. And that's the type of thing you want to be doing. You want to know exactly where the spawns are. It's not as important for objective-based games because people are gonna go for objectives no matter where they spawn. But in a game on like free for all, people camp, and people camp at their spawns, and it pisses me off, and I hate free for all for this. But with every Call of Duty, it gets worse and worse and worse. It was okay on Black Ops, and Modern Warfare 3 it was bad, but in this, it's freaking awful. As you can see, I drop a VSAT, I'm still losing, and Robotride's like, oh no. And this is when my comeback of epic proportions starts. So yeah. So it just gets worse, and in this game, there's so many different bullshit things. Like there's not just the MP7 and the ACR that everyone runs. There's so much shotgun bullshit, and there's so much sniper bullshit, and people just sit in their corners, and it pisses me off. So watch out for those people. You want to be running perks that will help you, that suit you best to get rid of those campers. And you want to be patrolling an area just so you know exactly where the spawns are, and don't ever run through the middle of the map, because people will spawn on you worse than you ever. Look at this. The guy spawns behind me for the final kill. So that's how bad they are. But I knew there was a spawn there, so I turned around and I shot the guy. So those are the tips. Please like, favorite, share, do all fun stuff, subscribe, and see you guys later. Goodbye.